Hello, guys, and welcome. Thanks for joining me here again for another episode of Woman to Woman. I am your host, Anntricia Bray Smith, your professional mentor and speaker. It is indeed a blessing to greet you here on the platform today, as today I'm going to share with you a simple recipe for overcoming difficulties or overcoming hardships, or when you're going through something that seems to be so pressing that you begin to lose sight and lose focus on your goals and aspirations. So thank you for joining me. For those that rock with me here every week, thank you for returning for another empowering message. And for those of you who are new and just stumbled across the podcast, thank you for dropping by and being here. I am glad to have you. Don't forget to download this episode. Don't forget to even subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get notifications for when I upload new videos. I have a wealth of videos and empowering content there on my YouTube channel. So if you're looking for some educational, empowering, and encouraging messages, I would love to have you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on the different platforms. Nonetheless, guys, I'm not going to hold you long today, as I just want to share with you a simple recipe for overcoming difficulties. And we know that in times like today, in the world that we're living in, and seem like everything is changing and getting more chaotic, and that we can't get any relief from the financial pressures, from the social pressures, from just the things that are out of our control. You know, it's hard to get relief from that. I want to share with you a simple recipe to help you overcome those and to get back focused and in alignment with the things that are important to you and the things that are aligned with your goals and aspirations. So nonetheless, as simple as these three things are, you know, sometimes we forget. Sometimes we're so distracted. Sometimes we're so overwhelmed. We're so stressed that it's hard to get centered. And if you're like me and you've had to overcome some difficult things recently, if you're still dealing with things of the past that seem to distract you or become more pressing upon you, just things that seem like it's out of your control, then let me just say you're in the right place. You're in the right place at the right time, because I too myself have been going through some difficult things, you know. And I think that one of the things that has encouraged me more than anything is, like I want to share with you today in this simple recipe, is number one, friendships, friends, woman, sisterhood, womanhood. That's number one. We must utilize, we must accept, we must embrace the friendships that we have all around us. Let me just say that without the sisterhood, the women coming in together as a united front to fight on my behalf, to pray and intercede for me, I don't know that I could be sitting here in front of the camera and in front of the microphone right here at this moment today. The friendships, the sisterhoods that I have developed and secured over the past couple of years have come as a united front to help me press through some of the most difficult, challenging times that I face today. And it's that simple. In the times that I didn't have enough strength to give myself an encouraging word, in those moments to where I didn't know if I was going to make it through the next minute or the next hour or the next day, so to speak, in those moments to where I felt so low and devalued, my friends in the sisterhoods, both near and far, those that I've known personally, those that I have met virtually have come to go to war on my behalf. And let me tell you, there is nothing more encouraging, nothing more empowering, and nothing more strengthening and motivating and encouraging to get you up and get you motivated and driven to fight through whatever it is that you're going through than friends. Those friendships that are unconditional, those friendships that even though they're going through and they see you down, they're there to pick you up and to help move you and motivate you, to strengthen you along the way, even in those moments where you can't. Simple as that. You know, we look for these miraculous miracles to happen. There are miracles happening around us every day, and we take for granted that they're there. We take for granted of the people that are around us, that are set in place to give us an encouraging word when we're down. Those people that are set in place to give us a financial blessing when we need it the most. Those people that are there to just strengthen us and give us a word of encouragement or a word that resonates with our spirit in those moments when we're dealing with difficult times and we're not able to overcome those things in our own might. And so, number one, in the simple recipe, when you're facing difficult times, when you're facing hardships, when you're feeling so overwhelmed, embrace the friendships that you have, those sisterhoods, those brotherhoods, for you brothers that are out there listening. And those are people that know you not only personally, but virtually. You know how we've become so virtually connected in our world over these past couple of years. Those relationships are important because those relationships have been just as instrumental in giving me the strength and encouragement that I need to sit here today as those physical and tangible friendships and relationships that I have in my life. Number two, family. Now, I know that we don't all have the ideal family, and some of us, family has been one of our greatest downfalls. You know, we don't get along with family, or family has used us or abused us, and a lot of those family relationships are broken. But to me, when I think about family, they don't necessarily have to be bloodline family. So if you're in a strange relationship with family, or a dysfunctional family to where you don't have that family support, or it's not supportive in the manner in which you need it, embrace those family relationships that you've established, whether it's through an organization or some kind of spiritual institution, people that you consider family. Because we know that family is more of people who can love you unconditionally and is there to pray for you and help you stand, and that helps take you by the hand. Maybe your family is built up in a community of those that you work with, people that have shown love to you in ways that your own bloodline has not. So whatever family looks like for you, whatever help or assistance that they're able to provide for you, you need family in your corner when you're going through difficult times. Maybe it's only that they can do one day out of the week to help you with the kids. Maybe it's maybe they can only come by 2 or 3 hours to help you on a project that you need to get done. Maybe they can only help you certain time of the month to cook a meal for you, or whatever that looks like, to help you through that difficult time. One of the things I find that people are willing sometimes to help and to provide assistance for us, but many times it's our own self, our own feelings, we get in the way of our own blessings. Even in the dysfunction of say the most dysfunctional family thing that I can think of right now, family, they love you. Sometimes there's a weird way of showing it. Sometimes maybe their love is more painful because of the unresolved issues of the past, things that they've done to hurt us. And so we have a guard up. And so we block that. Maybe it's that we're so prideful that we don't even ask, because of the things that have gone on. Sometimes we can get so prideful that we won't accept the help, or we won't even ask, or we fear the rejection of asking, or that we fear the vulnerability that we have to put forth in order to accept that help from family sometimes. But when we're going through difficult times, sometimes family is all we have to lean on, especially in those most intimate sections of our lives. It's okay to be cordial. It's okay to be friendly. It's okay to be vulnerable. And when you're going through difficult times, sometimes it's letting your guards down and showing that vulnerability that can help heal the strained relationships within our family. So that's something that I want you to think about. And we know that we can't trust everybody, that's common sense. But sometimes letting that pride down and extending the need or the desire for help, and allowing others to help us within our family unit can start a healing process for us. And so, some of us, with the families, have been so strained. Some things we have to be willing to expose or let go, or be willing to allow it to surface so that it can heal. Anything that's hidden cannot heal. Anything that we refuse to accept help cannot heal. And if we don't put the components or the ingredients of the recipe together fully, then it's not going to turn out necessarily in our favor in a timely or in a fashionable way that is going to be beneficial for us. Many of us were holding ourselves up, and we're dealing and struggling through difficult times, and we've struggled through it so long that we've become discouraged because we don't want to include family, or to appear vulnerable, or to appear like we need assistance, or to ask for assistance from our family and our loved ones because of the situations past. And so we continue to struggle through different times when our answers and the solutions and our miracles that we seek are right there close to us, in front of us, and within arm's reach. So many times we're holding up our own miracles. We're looking for something to fall out the sky and just fall in our laps. So we struggle through difficult times for years on end because we're not willing to yield to the vulnerability of appreciation and acceptance, and to be vulnerable with the family that we have been blessed with. Whether, like I said, it's a bloodline family or just a family unit that we have created throughout our lives. It's whatever that looks like to you. And number 3, in this simple recipe, faith. You cannot get through life. You cannot overcome difficulties. You will not be able to continue to move productively in your life without faith. And this has nothing to do with any religious hocus pocus kind of thing. This has everything to do with who you are created to be. Faith does not make things easy for us. It doesn't make it simple for us. It just means that we're able to press through. It means that things are possible when we can think and hope toward a thing. We know that it is possible. We know that what we think in our minds, our imaginations, the desires and aspirations stem from the faith that we have within. And many of us need this to get up in the morning. We have faith, or we have hope that it's going to be a better day. We have faith, or we have hope that doors are going to open on our behalf. We have faith and hope that this relationship is not going to stay sour, and it's not going to continue to pull on my emotions, or it's not going to continue to be this way. We have hope that things are going to get better in our lives. We have hope things are going to get better in our finances. We hope that things are going to get better in our relationships. That's all faith is. We see things not as what they are, what they seem to be, but we see them as what they could be and what we aspire for them to be. Simple recipe. Because of the difficult things that I've been going through and the challenges may not be like yours, but I'm telling you, embracing and accepting these 3 simple things have made a world of difference in my ability to sit here in my natural form with the gray hairs, with the bare face, and be okay with who's watching and be okay with who's listening. These are the 3 simple things that have formulated together as a unit to help pull me through some of the most challenging times that I have faced today. Again, that's friends, family, and faith. What's your recipe for dealing with hardships and difficulties in your life? Because I know that you have had some challenges over the past several months, even over the past several years. You may collectively still be dealing with challenges on top of challenges that makes you vulnerable to certain situations. And it seems like you're repeating the cycle of things that are hard for you to overcome and deal with. So what does that look like for you? What is your recipe? What are your 3 most go-to things that help pull you through difficult moments and difficult times in your life? I'd like to hear about that. Go ahead and send me an email at thewoman2woman podcast@gmail.com. That's thewoman2woman podcast@gmail.com, and tell me what your top 3 go-to things, the recipe that you use, that when you're going through the most difficult times and it's hard to see your way through and keep your head above water, what is your 3 go-to things? What is your recipe for overcoming difficult things? I'd like to hear it. Nonetheless, guys, I have enjoyed being here with you today as I share my 3 ingredients in the simple recipe for overcoming difficult times. I'd like to see you again here with me next week for another episode of Woman to Woman. I am your host, Anntricia Bray Smith, your professional mentor and speaker. Until next time.